Tonight from Chicago Stadium, where Team USA leads 1-0. We're at the end of the first period. I said the Americans are very fortunate to be in the lead, are they not?
Yeah, Jigs, anytime that a team does not get a shot on goal for something near 14 minutes in a period, they're not playing very well. They weren't skating, and that cost them. But it was early in the hockey game when they did take over the play, and at exactly the 3-minute mark. Both teams were changing on the fly when this passed to Jeremy Roenick. Now watch what he does. He stops, he holds the puck. He waits, he holds the puck. He turns, he holds the puck. What a beautiful job of puck control. And all that was just to give Mike Modano time to get out of the player's box, down the ice, and wham! He one-times it, 1-0. Hull also assisted on the goal, along with Roenick. And here again, the shot, a beauty, as he just rips it into the lower part of the net. Players aren't looking for high, low, or anything. They just want to get that shot on. If it's on, it's generally in.
Pretty to watch the way the one-timer came off Modano's stick. The period was not without some feistiness, and especially late in the period, this little scuffle along the board set things off.
I think this is probably the frustration. Again, the Soviets move in, and Richter had an outstanding period. 16 shots on him, and he was able to stop all of them. And this kind of play continued through most of the period after Team Canada scored. And it was because of that frustration that we saw the penalties at the end of the period.
And I would think that during that period, if one thing was proven, it is that the Soviets, young as they are, possess the same skills of the veterans that we've watched over the years.
They just don't have the polish yet, Jigs, but they're getting very close to it.
And then, as I said, late in the period, we had offsetting penalties, except that Jimmy Johnson gets a double penalty. Johnson, number 6 for the U.S., comes in, draws an elbowing penalty for that, and then ended up in a scrap with Kozlov, and each of them assessed 2 minutes for roughing. So Team USA will be a man short when the period begins. Modano with assists from Roenick and Hull at the 3-minute mark, the only goal. Team USA had 2 power play chances. The Soviets working on their second now. And the Soviet Union outshot Team USA 16-6 in that first period of play. Mike Richter, a very busy goaltender.
What a nice style he has, Jigs, and it's nice to watch, I suppose, on the fact that he didn't give up any goals, but he comes out and challenges. His angles were just about perfect. He is very agile, very good feet. He has tremendous balance with the onslaught of 2 and sometimes 3 Soviet players bearing down on him. He's able to move side to side, stay mostly on his feet. That's John Van Beesbroek as he talks to Mike Richter.
Stalinkov in the net for the Soviets, playing in his 4th game. He's played most of the action. Marine played the first period in the Soviets' opening game against Czechoslovakia, gave up 3 goals. Stalinkov has played all but 4 minutes since then. Trefilov came into play in the game against Finland the other night. It's interesting that this goaltender, Mikhail Stalinkov, is the backup goaltender. The backup for the Moscow Dynamo team.
And he's a backup to Trefilov.
There are your scoring leaders up to date, including the 2 goals by Wayne Gretzky tonight, being chased by Brett Hull, Greg Janney, Mike Modano, and Jeremy Roenick. Team USA.
What a nice scoring chance early in the hockey game for Brett Hull. You'll remember he broke his stick as he let fly with a one-timer, something that he is so good at.
Set for the face-off at center ice. Samnov will take the draw for the Soviets against Jeremy Roenick. The U.S. Chelios and Suter on defense. Mironov and Melahov on the points for the Soviet Union. Chelios starts from back of the net. Lots of ice here. 3 aside. Samnov rubbed out on the boards. Chelios controls it. Chris Chelios takes his options. Plays it off toward Gary Suter, flips it up ahead. Roenick is hooked a little, but play is able to move right along. Samnov leads the rush. Samnov across the line, low shot, big rebound. Roenick there, that's able to control it.
It's so easy to make a mistake with only 3 men on the ice and get yourself trapped, and of course each team's trying to do that.
That's just what happened there. Chelios ran into the goaltender. Soviets come away with the puck. This is Dmitry Mironov. Turns back into his own zone, allowing his teammates to make a change. with it here. Off of the Quebec Nordique, right into the right side. Dmitry Mironov. Mironov steps over the line, unloads off the catching glove. Oh, did he get everything on that?
He did, Jigs, and he's the second leading scoring defenseman in the Soviet League.
And Team USA offside as they moved into the Soviet zone. A minute and a half into the second period. This is the 1991 Labatt Canada Cup.
26-year-old Dmitry Mironov, product of the, or I said owned by his rights owned by the Toronto Maple Leafs. That was shot. That was on target. What a job by Mike Richter. That came from outside or just inside, I suppose, with his forward motion of the blue line.
And Mironov selected in this year's entry draft of the Maple Leafs. 8th round.
Seems funny to have him just now. He's 26 years old.
Late bloomer. Visarov up this line. Left off the puck by Big Kevin Hatcher of the Washington Capitals. Brian Leach going cross ice to Granado. Got bumped and knocked down. The Soviets right on top of the puck. Lutziev cuts in front. Tests Richter, and he's equal to it.
Lutziev. What a good move. He uses his size and his balance. He used his left leg and left arm to protect the puck. Here, Brian Leach. He gets a step on him. Look at his left leg as he guards the puck. Leach can't get to the puck, can't get to the big body, and Richter gets to the puck. Good stop by Richter again as the Soviets mount 3 shots here in the early part of the second period.
1 second remaining in the penalties to Otto, Kozlov, and Fedorov. And Jimmy Johnson will sit for another 2 minutes. And the Soviets about to go to the power play. See Kozlov and Fedorov ready to step out. Otto checking. Chelios turns on Prokhorov, won the draw, and Joey Mullen backhands it up into the center ice zone. The Soviets with their second power play opportunity of this game. Team USA leads 1-0. Killing it off is Mullen and Otto. And Mullen got bumped well away from the play and sent spinning. Kasatonov back for it. He and Tatarnov are on the points for the Soviet Union. Alexei Kasatonov, the New Jersey Devils. Sergei Fedorov. Fedorov bumped solidly by Weinrich. Prokhorov moved it toward the corner. Kozlov at the blue line. Tatarnov gives it right back. Kozlov sets up to Tatarnov. He didn't want it. Here's Kozlov at the top of the circle. Centering pass. Found its way to Kasatonov. To Tatarnov. To Kasatonov. Fakes once. Feeds to Tatarnov. And Kasatonov. Long shot through a bunch of legs in front. And cleared back of the net by Joey Mullen. Hard hit delivered by Chelios. And Richter down to make a low ice save off Fedorov's stick.
He's made a lot of good saves in this hockey game, Jigs, and that's the best one he's made so far. What a good right pad save. The Soviets, they paid the price behind the net. Chelios, wham! What a shot. Here's the quick tuck around. What a stop by Mike Richter. What great reactions by the goaltender, excuse me. 25-year-old Mike Richter with a right pad save, keeping the game in the hands of Team USA. Power play continuing for the Soviets. 58 seconds remaining. Chris Chelios. We'll get a chance to talk to Chris at the end of the second period.
See that Chelios sitting there at the bench has gone to the new aluminum stick. That's the Sherwood aluminum stick as opposed to the Easton that people like Gretzky and Hull and Suter and so many others use.
See that more and more becoming a factor in the hands of more players in the NHL.
Joel Otto on the faceoff, beaten on the draw by Fedorov. Prokhorov, Kasatonov, Prokhorov placed in a little deeper. Fedorov after it. Up to Kozlov to Fedorov. To the blue line, Alexei Kasatonov, cross ice pass. Tatarnov unloads, blocked by Richter, and there's absolutely no rebound to be found.
He's not going to give a rebound off on that shot unless it was deflected. He cups his stick. As he goes down, you could see his stick, the top of the goal stick on the ice, tips forward. That traps. Watch it pull back. There, he just traps it with his left pad as insurance, and he gets the left hand on it. Defenseman clearing away the forwards of the Soviet team.
Still 40 seconds remaining in the power play for the Soviet Union.
Mike Richter played 4 games in the '88 U.S. Olympics for the U.S. team.
He's out of the University of Wisconsin, born in Abington, Pennsylvania. Will he continue to share the net-minding duties with John Van Beesbrook? The Rangers get around to the regular NHL season. Kasatonov back to take the puck. Tarnov knocks it back. Zamnov up quickly across the line. Played it around the boards. Chelios moves it to the near side. Kasatonov held it at the point. Zamnov trying to Prokhorov rather. Can't get it back cleanly to the blue line. And here's Tatarnov. Turns it over. Dougie Brown has it. Brown fakes once when cross ice, and the pass was tipped away from Kevin Miller. Kasatonov to Prokhorov. Away from him at the U.S. blue line and shot down the ice. That comes after the penalty has expired. So the teams are at full and equal strength, and Team USA leads 1-0. This is the 1991 Labatt Canada Cup. Team USA making a late change. Jimmy Johnson, who had just completed serving some penalties, is replaced by defenseman Eric Weinrich. Weinrich and Hatcher will be on defense. You see Jeremy Roenick moving in for the face-off against Alexei Zamnov. Seaback is on the left, Lomakin on the right for the Soviet Union. Team USA, it's Mike McDonald, Tony Granato, and Jeremy Roenick. Here's Eric Weinrich, number 38, around to Kevin Hatcher. Hatcher raising up the right wing boards into the center ice zone. Tarnov turned it towards Seaback, who steps over the line with Zamnov. Can't get the pass onto Zamnov's stick. Soviets set up outside the line again. Once more, they're forced back. They're dumping it in. Lomakin gets to it. He's bumped by Roenick. Roenick all over Lomakin as he plays it around the end boards to Eric Weinrich. Hit by McDonald to Tony Granato. Through center ice, across the line. Mironov turned around, and Zamnov came back to clear it for the Soviets. Ryan Leach out on a player change, has dumped it in. Played 5 minutes of the second period, still a 1-0 lead for Team USA. Mackin across the line. Chased in deep by Hatcher, put the lumber on him, the puck goes loose. Leach after it. Hatcher had his stick pulled back, then he got thumped. Zamnov knocked him down heavily. Madonna with a feed to Roenick, and it dribbled off his stick and well wide. Goaltender Kalenkov rather. Giveaway, quick shot just wide. What an opportunity for Eddie Olczyk. Olczyk taken to the boards by Zamnov. The hitting more prominent now. The Soviets come away with a bouncing puck. Had trouble handling it. Seaback got it to the U.S. line where it was knocked down. Johnson feeds LaFontaine. And LaFontaine trying to go around Zhitnik is taken down, and Zhitnik will go to the penalty box. Delay call. The USA with the puck. Johnson shot blocked in front. The Soviets can't get to it. The drive blocked, and now as Gusarov controls the puck. Play called, and Team USA goes to the power play. From Chicago, this is the 1991 Labatt Canada Cup.
Some hustle by Pat LaFontaine. He gets dragged down by Alexei Zhitnik. Team USA go to the power play. Anytime in the 3+ games I've seen them play, the U.S. team, Jigs, whenever they hit, they seem to be more into the hockey game. They seem to play better.
Now they have the power play for the 3rd time tonight. Ivanov flips it high in the air and wide of the U.S. net. Ryan Leach and Chris Chelios on the points. Janney, LaFontaine up front, along with Miller on the forward line. Here's Craig Janney. Leach sets it up. Miller to the side of the net. LaFontaine flipped it right across the goal mouth. And USA sets up again. Ryan Leach toward the corner for Craig Janney. Janney at the top of the circle to the point for Chelios. Goes to Leach's side of the ice and gave him the puck. Ryan Leach. LaFontaine tries to set something up from the corner. Chelios front-timed it toward Janney. Back to Chelios. Fires, and the drive is wide of the net. LaFontaine out in front. There's Leach with a shot. Stelinkov down to smother the loose puck.
A lot of second and third efforts by Team USA. Stelinkov handles the rebound. He's big, he's got long arms, and he used them there with LaFontaine bearing down. Good puck angling here by Team USA. There's the screen set up. Save LaFontaine. And with time, that shot, the rebound, Stelinkov has the puck. LaFontaine was looking for it, trying to jar it loose.
Now Suter has it poked away. Up quickly, Fedorov, the stick knocked out of his hands. Good cover by Suter, and he rubs Fedorov into the boards heavily. Mike Modano turns and starts out for Team USA. Roenick and Hull with them as they cross the line. Modano, neat pass. Roenick shot is turned aside by Stelinkov. And the Soviets once more clear it out of the zone.
Interesting to have Fedorov killing the penalty, Jigs, and what a good move by the USA defenseman Suter to squeeze him into the boards.
Here comes Mike Modano leading this run. Puck slipped away from him, then Kravchuk got knocked down heavily. Loose puck in the far corners. Handoff leads Brent Hull up against the boards. Put the stick into him as well. Katsatonov. Kravchuk gave it back, and Katsatonov ripped that just wide of the net. The Soviets, with 15 seconds remaining in the penalty against Zhitnik, play it back toward Katsatonov. He'll shoot it down the ice. That should all but kill off the penalty. Zhitnik on his skates. Modano comes out of the penalty box to be met by Zhitnik. Nice move, two of them. One on Zhitnik, the other on Miradov, and the puck is deflected toward far corner. Roenick, Hull, trying to get it to the blue line. It was broken up. Jimmy Johnson draws a crowd, pins it in front of the Soviet bench, and gets a play stoppage. This is the 1991 Labatt Canada Cup.
Team USA skating so much better, getting some opportunities, whether it be by power play or not, but they have to give Mike Richter a little bit of a break. He's been under siege for most of this hockey game.
Soviets out shooting the USA 6-3 through the first 8.5 minutes of the second period. Again, the puck pinned on the boards, and a Soviet player that's been hurt.
Kovlenko, I believe that is, down on the ice. It looked like an innocent collision along the boards. I thought it appeared as though his feet got tied up in the boards and he may have twisted something. He's reaching up around his head area. There he is along the boards. Did he get a stick? Went down, reached for his head.
Dave Christian got a chunk of him.
Dave Christian with not much ice time. He has a bit of a Charlie horse, I believe. He's got a sore leg.
Pavlenko now wearing uniform number 25. He had worn number 27 earlier in this tournament. Dmitry Kristich has returned to the Washington Capitals in time to get set at their training camp. Pavlenko right away into Kristich's uniform number. 1-0. Team USA leading. Nearing the midway point of the second period, we have an icing call against the Soviets.
What do you think of that icing call as we get a look at Gary Suter heading up through the center ice area?
What a number he did on Fedorov on that partial breakaway in the center ice area.
It's a smart move, Jigs, because you're already a man advantage, and if a player gets down that far away from his net behind your own and you have a chance legally to kind of pin him in there, you can always hold him for a few extra seconds. And with someone like Fedorov, he's so quick and so good at skating, you want to hold him for a little bit longer.
Suter out of the University of Wisconsin, born in that state. Long shot there, tipped just wide of the Soviet net. Down the left side they come. Heineroff across the line. Nice check by Chelios. LaFontaine moves it up the boards. Too far for Olchuk. Soviets trying to penetrate once more at the blue line. Korolev got checked. And here is Suter. Suter bounces one toward the net. Soviets quick to clear it out, only to have Chelios hammer it right back in again. Olchuk got the play back onside. Quick shot just wide. Low to the right side of the net. Now they center again. It's knocked away. Olchuk plays it off the side of the goal. And Tataranoff, the Soviets, Failed to clear it out. Suter tried to center. Here's Tatarnov. As 3 Soviets moving up. Virginia to Korolev. He turned it over toward Joey Mullen. The Americans are able to move out of the zone. Here's LaFontaine. Cross ice to Wolchuk, and it's deflected off his stick. Ryderov drops it back into his own zone. Dmitry Filimonov. Up there now. Korolev, who got his bell rung in a warm-up game in Hamilton against Team Canada. He was hit by a big Mark Tenorti. Korolev went right off the ice to the dressing room, didn't return for the balance of that game. He's played regularly throughout the Labatt Canada Cup. Midway through the second period. Eric Weinrich. Soviets right on him. Greg Janney comes up with the puck. Drops it back into his own zone. Suter trying to move it out now. Does. Got it to Janney. Team USA trying to get the play back on side at the Soviet blue line. The Americans lead 1-0. Diggs McDonald with Ed Westfall here at Chicago Stadium as we welcome our CTV audience. Fedorov moving in, looking for a loose puck. Didn't find one. Back comes USA. Craig Janney leads a 3-on-2 rush. Janney into the slot, shoots. Bad save by Shtalikov. The Soviets in the dark red uniforms have just shot it down the ice. The automatic icing call is made.